was hoping against all odds, but of course the outcome is as expected. The barramundi that turned out to be sick since the reshuffling has died. The reshuffling was 5 weeks ago, so it held on for 5 weeks and not showing much improvement. Something was wrong with its swimming bladder. It was only able to keep itself upright in the strong current at the bottom, with the current pushing him down and out. I mean, pushing him straight and down. So then he was able to keep the normal body posture. As soon as he would come out of the current, he would flop, wobble around and even spend some time upside down at the surface, as my prior video showed. But then he would go back into the current, and again wouldn't look not too bad. But anyhow, just a few hours ago he was still alive, and today, and then I come right now and he's obviously dead on the bottom. So I'm gonna pull him out and check him out up close and personal. Alright, so we'll call him, if the tail was intact, whatever, 30 inches, 2.5 feet. The ever pesky pacu never miss an opportunity to remove fins, trim up off of anything that dies in there or that's struggling in there, as you well know. This was the one that was lacking the second or a couple of the spines in the dorsal fin. But it was growing very well, as you can see. Same as the other three. One of them, although is a runt or deformed one. Its caudal peduncle is much shorter than others. Obviously shorter than others. So it's I think they're about a year and a half. In age. They do have this sharp and toothed plates on their gills. Not as bad as Nile perch or snook, but it probably also will do some damage if you try to grab them and they slice you with these. Yep, once again, the guy was struggling for 5 weeks, something with his swimming bladder. He couldn't balance himself upright anymore. So we're gonna freeze him, and since it's not a death that's a dangerous kind, we're gonna just freeze him, and then the rest of the fish will do the honors. There was still one last wound right here that still had some saprolegnia fungus on it. But all these wounds that he had a lot of right here, they're all healed up. Here and here. From being stuck in a net, he broke through the net, but not entirely, just partially. Such shiny scales, iridescent color, it's purplish. Alright, that's the story of the latest victim of the rehoming. delayed by 5 weeks, but it claimed hopefully its last victim. So we have these 3 barramundi left. One, two, where's the third one? He's over there in the back. The one with the short caudal peduncle. He's all the way in the back, in the center. These two look to be perfectly fine in terms of their symmetry and shape. Not this one, this is a Nile perch. These two. And there comes the shorty. Alright. That's the story and I'm sticking to it.